One thing I've noticed about videos about broodiness is they never talk about what the chickens were going through just before that. So I started out with 5 hens here last fall, and one of them was really squawky, and so I processed that chicken. And because my yard is so small, there's nowhere to go, the chickens were right there watching me. And one of the other chickens went on a strike. Basically, she refused to get out of the hutch for about 2 weeks period. So eventually I ended up processing the other buff Orpington. We have buff Orpington, so now we're down to 3 from 5. So I bought 6 more chicks. I bought 3 Wyandottes and 3 sapphire gems, and gave the sapphire gems away to try the Wyandottes to keep only 6. And those Wyandottes just aggregated the shit out of my chickens. And so coming up into the snow, I decided to sell off the Wyandottes, thinking that that would be better for my chickens because these other ones drive them nuts. What was unexpected is that actually freaked these chickens out again, sent them into panic. And the sapphire gems, which have previously never showed any sort of broody tendency, one has gone broody, but moderately. Like, she leaves and you can see she's foraging going down the block around the corner over there. And the other one is just screams now. So clearly they felt more secure as chickens with more chickens, even though they didn't like them. So things have actually gone backwards. So what I didn't factor in with these chickens was that even though those Wyandottes drove them nuts, having the 3 extra chickens made them, I guess, what I'm guessing, feel as a stronger flock. So now that they're down to 3 again, which I thought they'd be happier through the winter, they're actually far more stressed out. One of the sapphires has gone broody-ish. She's still, you can see she comes out. She's not just sitting in there, but she's definitely sleeping in there at night, making the eggs all poopy. And then the one's been pulling out her neck feathers. This buff Orpington's been pulling out her neck feathers, and nothing too extreme yet. And then this one right here gets very loud and actually makes like a scream noise, which is pretty crazy. My one neighbor thought it was a rooster, which isn't all bad because we're not allowed to have roosters here. But really, it's just a stressed out female that keeps seeing me cull her homies. So I really underestimated the emotional intelligence of a chicken. See, that one's been sleeping in the brooding box. I'm trying to find a balance between chasing her out and leaving her alone. She's clearly stressed. So it's been getting less bad, I guess you could say, this last week or so. And I go out at night and have been noticing that they're going back to the perch bar. But for a solid 2 weeks after I got rid of the Wyandottes, one of these chickens would be sleeping in the hutch, which was really interesting. So they're kind of teamwork in it. And for about 2 weeks, this buff Orpington, who's the one that likes to lay in the corner, went back to laying in the same exact hutch that the other 2 in. And best I could tell, they were taking turns sitting on the eggs. So the most unexpected result of this entire chicken journey is that I removed the 3 Wyandottes that were clearly annoying these other chickens, which actually sent them into a far more stressful state. Now they're being louder. Now they're exhibiting some broody tendencies, which, I don't know. So the only way I've been able to handle the loudness, so to speak, and the broodiness is to wake them up before the sun, which is kind of a crazy strategy. But I started waking their ass up before the sun and getting out there. And it literally does seem to be calming them down, because if it's like 7:30, 8:30 in the morning, and I haven't gotten out there and feed or especially dealt with the frozen water, this bigger sapphire screams her head off. So it's kind of crazy. Just some thoughts on broodiness.